Here's a fact that should change how you live today. Researchers now estimate that nearly half of all dementia cases could be delayed or prevented, not by luck, not by your genes, but by things that are actually within your control. Most people believe dementia is pure fate, that you either get it or you don't. That's not what the science says. A landmark international review found that a huge share of dementia risk comes down to everyday habits: how you move, how you sleep, how you protect your senses, how connected you are. But today, I'm counting down 8 daily habits that protect your brain from dementia, down to the number 1 most powerful one you can start this week. Watch for number 3 especially. It's the one almost no one connects to the brain, and it may be the single most overlooked risk of all. Let's be honest about what you can't change: your age and your genes. Those are real. But that same review found that close to half of dementia risk is tied to factors we can influence across our lives. Half. That means a large part of your brain's future, and your parents', is being quietly written by ordinary choices, this week and every week. None of these habits is a magic shield. Nothing guarantees you'll never get dementia, but together, they can lower the odds and push the clock back by years. And it is never too early or too late to start. Let's count them down. It starts on your plate. The eating pattern most linked to a healthier brain is simple: lots of leafy greens and colorful vegetables, berries, fish, beans, nuts, olive oil, whole grains, and far less ultra-processed food, sugar, and fried food. Why it works? What's good for your heart is good for your brain, because your brain runs on blood flow. This way of eating protects your blood vessels and lowers the inflammation that quietly damages brain cells over decades. And here's the freeing part: you don't overhaul your whole life. You nudge one meal at a time. Swap the afternoon chips for a handful of walnuts. Add a fistful of spinach to the eggs. Put berries on the yogurt instead of sugar. Small trades made most days are what actually add up over the years. Here's one that surprises people: caring for your eyes protects your brain. Untreated vision loss was recently added to the list of things that raise dementia risk. Why? When you can't see the world clearly, your brain gets less of the input it needs to stay sharp, and you slowly withdraw from activity and connection. It's an easy one to let slide. You tell yourself the world's just a little blurry now, that it's part of getting older. But an outdated prescription, or a cataract forming so slowly you don't notice, can quietly shrink your world for years. One eye appointment can undo a surprising amount of that. Don't let poor vision go uncorrected. It's doing more than blurring the newspaper. Loneliness isn't just hard on the heart, it's a genuine risk to the brain. Isolation is linked to faster cognitive decline, while regular connection helps protect it. Why? Every conversation is a workout for the brain: following, remembering, responding. Community keeps those circuits firing. So call the friend, keep the standing lunch, join the group. And for a caregiver, this one cuts both ways. Your loved one needs connection to protect their brain, but so do you. Isolation is one of the quiet dangers of caregiving. It's easy to disappear into it. A weekly phone call, a support group, one friend who checks in, that isn't indulgence. It's protection for 2 brains, not one. Use it or lose it is real for the brain. People who keep learning new skills, new hobbies, new challenges, build up what scientists call cognitive reserve, a kind of buffer that helps the brain keep working even as it ages. The key word is new. Doing the same easy crossword you've always done doesn't stretch much. Learning something genuinely unfamiliar does. And it doesn't have to be grand. Take a different route home. Cook a dish you've never made. Learn 10 words of a new language on your phone while the coffee brews. Pick up the instrument that's been in the closet. The brain grows where it's stretched. So a little of that "this is hard" feeling is exactly the point. This one is straightforward and often ignored. Protect your head from injury. Head trauma, even earlier in life, raises the risk of dementia down the road. For older adults, the biggest threat by far is a fall. So this ties right back to strength, balance, and a safe home. Grab bars in the bathroom, a nightlight in the hallway, shoes with real grip instead of loose slippers. Clearing the rug you keep tripping on, and getting the eyes checked so you can see the step. These fixes are unglamorous, and that's exactly why people skip them, right up until the fall that changes everything. Protecting the brain often means simply never letting the head hit the floor. Here's the one almost no one connects to the brain, and it may be the single most overlooked risk of all. Untreated hearing loss is one of the largest modifiable risk factors for dementia we know of. Why does it matter so much? 2 reasons. When hearing fades, the brain has to strain constantly just to make out words, stealing resources it should be using elsewhere. And people who can't hear well slowly pull out of conversations and connection, the very things that keep the brain alive. And here's what makes it heartbreaking. People often hide hearing loss for years out of embarrassment. They nod along, smile, and quietly slip out of the conversation, which is exactly the withdrawal that puts the brain at risk. There's no shame in it. The remarkable part is how fixable this is. A simple hearing test, and hearing aids when they're needed, may be one of the most powerful brain-protecting steps a person can take. If you or someone you love is asking, "What?" more and more, don't wait. Get the hearing checked. Sleep isn't downtime for your brain, it's the night shift. During deep sleep, your brain runs a cleaning cycle, flushing out waste products that build up during the day, including some of the very proteins linked to Alzheimer's. Skimp on sleep, night after night, and that cleanup doesn't fully happen, which is exactly why a run of bad nights leaves you foggy and forgetful. So protect the wind down, dim the screens before bed, keep the room cool and dark, hold a steady bedtime, even on weekends, aim for 7 to 8 solid hours. And take snoring seriously. If a partner says you stop breathing or gasp in the night, get checked, because sleep apnea is hard on the brain and very treatable. Guarding your sleep is guarding the brain's nightly chance to clean and repair itself. And here it is, the single most powerful habit on this list: daily movement. If there were one thing to do for your brain, this is it. Exercise does more for the brain than almost anything else. It boosts blood flow so the brain gets more oxygen. It helps control blood pressure, blood sugar, and weight, the very things that damage the small vessels feeding the brain. It lifts mood and eases the depression that's itself a risk factor. And it may even help the brain grow new connections. Here's the best part. You don't have to love it, and you don't have to be good at it. It doesn't have to be a gym. A brisk daily walk counts. 10 minutes after each meal counts. A lap around the block with the dog, gardening, dancing in the kitchen, marching in place during the commercials. It all counts. The brain doesn't care how it looks. It just wants you moving, today and tomorrow and the day after. Add in the basics your doctor will echo. Don't smoke, keep alcohol modest, and stay on top of your blood pressure and blood sugar, and you've covered the biggest levers there are. If that felt like a lot, here's the freeing part. You don't have to do all 8 perfectly. Pick one this week. Book the hearing test. Take the daily walk. Call the friend. Small habits, kept up, are what change the odds. Not a perfect month, but a steady year. And for the medical ones, your hearing, your vision, your sleep, your blood pressure, talk with your doctor. These aren't just healthy living tips. They're some of the most protective things you can do for your mind and for the minds of the people you love. Dementia can feel like a coin flip you don't get to call, but the science says otherwise. A huge part of your brain's future is being written by ordinary choices, starting today. That's not pressure, that's power. In the description, I've gathered resources to help you take the first step. And if no one has told you today, taking care of your brain and the brains of the people you love is one of the quietest, most powerful acts of love there is. Tell me in the comments, which one habit will you start with? If this helped, watch our video on the beginnings of dementia, the early signs to catch years before memory loss. And to understand how it all unfolds, watch our video on the 7 stages of dementia and the early window most families miss.